Let's be great. Cheers.
Salud.
Salute.
You guys are now tuned in to the best episode to ever happen to the Fresa show so far.
The crowd goes wild.
This is the season finale. Episode 12 with my mom, the one and only. A happy late Mother's Day again and happy late birthday again.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God. Guys, so literally, can someone mark that? What was it, like 3 seconds that she's cried? 30 seconds that she cried.
Anything to do with my daughter, I want to cry all the time.
Literally, I said happy. She's so happy. She's happy.
Oh, I am crying.
Oh, literally, let's all enjoy. You know what I want to say? Namaste. Oh. What was it? Moon tippy? No.
Motipi.
Motippy.
Motipi.
And
my
I did with her the other morning for the blood moon
eclipse. We had a full moon eclipse and 3 planets in retrograde. Let's talk about a crazy ass
So
week.
I did with her a meditation via Facebook Live, which was actually really fun and dope. Oh, real quick, guys, this is not, I was going to say tapeworm. This is not ringworm. I got some treatment done cupping for like one of my muscles, but yeah, so ignore that. But so yeah, so we did the via live, the meditation, and it was actually really dope.
Yeah, how was your experience? What did you think of it?
I loved it a lot, but I do know and I've read this before, that it's hard for when you first start meditating, you can't go that long. Just because like whether your mind starts to think about what you have to get done or think about something else or this and that, or you're just like open your eyes, like you can't keep them closed the whole time. You're just like, okay.
Oh, and you know what? I forgot.
You get antsy.
Because I've been like, I think in my 3rd month into meditating an hour at least. So I think I forgot to think like, yeah, your first couple of meditations, you're like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7.
Yeah.
And we did like what, 30 minutes?
And one of the books that I've read said the same thing that he said. For anyone that if you're new to meditating or you're trying, is give yourself, if it's really hard, set the intention for 1 minute.
Yeah.
And then when your 1 minute's up, that's it. And then the next day, add another minute.
Yeah.
2 minutes. And he's like, before you know it, you can go a whole hour, or some people even care to do longer. It just depends.
Yeah. I could literally meditate for 2 or 3 hours straight.
But that crossed my mind because I was like, all right, but I read it in the book, like, this is normal. It's to be expected when you're not
like,
used to
my mom
meditating.
zones out all the time. She's in meditation.
I know. It was so funny. I had to take a break. But I loved it, and it was dope.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Really cool.
No, I was excited because I felt like I've gained so much in the last year. Well, this year when I started doing my meditation and focusing and clearing my mind and listening, I guess more, which, I'm not really good at listening, but I've been in a state of just being more present and listening, and meditation's been a huge thing for me. So it was beautiful that you were even open to it. Like, thank you for being open. Because a lot of people are like, well, that's stupid, or I'm not going to do it. And you were like, I'm like, you want to do the meditation with me tomorrow? You're like,
I know that you would love for me to do it. So that's also why I wanted to do it. Yeah. So I know that would make you feel.
Yeah, it did. It did. I was like, oh, wow, like I have somebody to do it with. Because me and Abel did it one time at night.
Oh, for you guys did it too, Abe?
Yeah, for one of the full moons. And it was actually a very bonding moment because we actually wrote on paper the things we were trying to get rid of, and then on the piece of paper things we were manifesting. But ours was like, ours was just me and him just praying. It was a prayer as opposed to me and you. We did an actual meditation into like the moon and into like the new day and everything. So it was a little different, but yeah, like that meant a lot to me. Like that Abel was there because I don't really get to sit with Abel too often and connect, and then with you as well.
Tell me, because quality time. Hello, I think we all know that.
That's her love language.
And like, you mean we're just gonna sit here and do nothing with each
other? Yeah, she loved it. She was like, she literally was like, "I'll be there in 7 minutes."
You weren't gonna be on your phone, like.
Yeah, it's true. I was completely present, and and it meant a lot to me. I think for me it was more maybe, or maybe when my life might be quality time coming about maybe. But maybe I saw more like as acts of services, like you were like what with happened? Next.
We have comments.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Already.
We have Laris Forshen. Sorry if I'm not saying your name right. But
Lair.
Laris.
Thanks for tuning
Hi,
in.
beautiful ladies,
No.
and God bless you and family from Dunsith, Native American Chippewa.
Oh, that's so
I'm not sure where that's at.
cool. Okay.
No, New Denmark, New, what's ND?
North Dakota.
Netherlands?
North
I think
Dakota?
it's the
North Dakota.
Oh.
North Dakota.
I think she's right. She's
Oh, I'm like, unless it's
That's
out
it.
of the country. Okay.
Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you so much for your wishes and your prayers and your
you.
Randy
blessings.
Timberlake, he says, hi, you two. You two queens on the podcast.
And you, hello to you,
Even
King.
Everett says, what's up?
Yes. Hello as well. We honor you, King, for tuning in and showing your blessings. We see you. Usually it's like I, like the I. For your third eye, you always say like, I see you. Get it? So it's more than like, I'm looking at you. It's I. Like I'm looking deeper into you. So it's EYE.
How do you do it?
It's,
Do it to your camera. Can you do a
It's-
close up on her, Abe? Because she's seeing all of them.
oh, yeah.
Acknowledge them, Mama D.
So every
Queen.
single person-
Acknowledge them, Queen.
So it's like I,
Namaste.
like, so your third eye, which is your pineal gland, it's like I. So it's like, I see you. So it's not, it's like I'm looking at you, but I see you means like I'm connected and I'm interwoven with you.
I like.
And our energies are like
They're,
connecting.
they're going through the camera, flowing through the
Yes,
camera.
through the cosmos. We're already connected since past lives and forever and ever into the future and into infinity.
You're like, and now you're all stuck with me and you're going to join my cult. Imagine. Just kidding.
I'm all, we have church on Sunday, you guys. Bring a bottle of tequila.
Oh my God, wait.
Wait, and roses. You gotta bring roses.
White
Please
roses
remember.
at
White
that.
roses.
That's your fave.
Yeah. So right now I'm in this white rose phase. Next one's the pink initiation, and then red roses.
And you got so many roses and flowers for your birthday.
I
didn't
really
you?
did. I loved them. Even this morning, like I was cleaning my room because it's like all my birthday presents and outfits and messes all over the
And
place.
it's the most, you've talked about in the past that you feel like you've never gotten anything for your birthday. Like you feel like mainly like, I guess like not as much love. I feel like this is the most
Yes.
everyone has kind of shown you love in a way. Where I know before you just felt like, I don't know, like not so celebrated.
No, it's completely true.
I'm
And I
wording
think
that
was
correctly.
it last year, Mia? Remember I was posting for a while, like, God damn, I can't remember last time I ever received roses. Remember?
Yeah.
What is it
something
like
that.
last year? Like I legit was like, shit, I don't think I've ever had anyone send me roses in since the guy was the tattoo guy. I don't want to say people's names.
Yeah, but I don't.
But that's the only person. That's the last time I've
Remember.
ever received roses from somebody. Like I ever got a rose from somebody.
Except me, I always get you
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm nobody now. This podcast is over.
She's like, no.
I'm like, that's no more roses.
Other
for
than from you, of course. You know, other than from you. I'm just saying, like, other than you. Like, you love me so beautifully. Like you're like you're like a ritual already. You're like the beautiful
That was
ritual
not mistake, Queen.
that happens
Just kidding.
all the time in my life. So, yeah. So, the last year, I was really like, wow, like, I haven't had anyone else
Oh, now it's else.
buy me roses. And this whole year has been full of it.
Mm-hmm.
And for my birthday, everybody, and I didn't ask for them. I didn't even post about them, but I attracted like all these beautiful roses. And you bought me the most beautiful ones, the longest stem red roses. And those ones live the longest. So this morning I had to actually, I was clearing out the room, and it happened this morning. I woke up like all the roses were gone. We're dead.
Oh, shoot.
So I had to get rid of all of them this morning. So I have like one pair that I think Jackie, because we just saw her the other day, she brought me some roses. So that's the only like roses in my room. And I was like,
Teresa's are alive. I saw that, the box. The heart.
oh,
or
yes,
the
yes,
square
yes,
or
yes,
heart
yes.
box, whatever.
Yeah, hers are.
So how was your birthday? Besides the gift part.
But
you
let's
had
talk about
3
that
separate
too.
Events.
I think I want to talk about that too, because I feel like, I think as you get a mom or like you get older, like when you're a kid, everybody buys you presents. And then when you're not a kid, as you get older, people really don't buy you presents. But like this year I had so many, and people always ask me too, because people are always like, oh, well, she's bougie, or I have to get her something expensive, or like, you know, like I have to do this for her and that for that. And I always tell people, because I for me, it's the opposite. Like I do have my own money and I can buy whatever I want. Like the last thing I want, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm like, I'm going to accept a brand new Louis Vuitton purse. But if you were like, what I truly wanted this year for my birthday was everything that was like very deep, meaningful, and heartfelt. Like I wanted to truly embody like deep, the deepest love.
Though, because that's always
from friends and family.
But you always get that from me and from your family.
Always my family. Yeah. Always from my family. Yeah. My mom and Jasmine and my brother.
Let's cover that. She never lacks in that area. That's usually what we always do is the deep stuff and sentimental.
Yes. And I always thought like, so
you meant
my
from your
family knows
friends
that.
more so. Correct?
Yeah. Like from friends, all of my friends, like everybody, like either they wrote letters and poems and, I got my flowers and just showing up. Even that, like this year, I actually took it like, okay, like I'm gonna actually value the people that show up, and like the energy everyone brought. Like it was so magical. It was so positive. It was like so filled with love and like everything that I was attracting that I wanted to create. Like it was like overflowing in abundance. Yay. Like it was like way beyond what I thought it was going to happen. I think it was because last year's birthday.
So in your mind, were you just manifesting like were you envisioning how you saw your birthday, what you wanted? Like how did you put it out there? Was it subconscious? Did you script it out?
I honestly didn't have, my birthday was last minute.
And you were stressed before.
I was super stressed, you guys, because I'm in a space right now with like my coaching and my like ceremonies and rituals and initiations into like where I'm going into like being a healer. And I feel like right now I'm like in this very sensitive space of my energy is like I can read everybody and I could feel everyone's emotions around me. And like at the deepest level that I've ever gone into with like my own gifts for healing and filling people. That for my birthday, last year, I think I'm a little traumatized last year for my birthday. There was a huge fight that broke out of my house. And then right after that, I got into a physical fight.
Been a year already,
I got into a physical fight at my own house, like amongst kids, like I don't know, like so this year I think I was a little traumatized. Like I didn't want people around me that I didn't know. I didn't want to day drink. I didn't want to be drunk. Like I didn't want any of that kind of energy. Like I only wanted like beautiful souls, beautiful energy, and I wanted like a small group. So like the whole month for May, like all my friends were like, we gotta, my friends are all bosses. So everybody's busy. They're like, we need to book it in our schedule. Like, when's your birthday? And I'm like, I don't know. Like,
coordinate.
I
coordinated, of course.
Yes.
Because it was too much for you.
The best coordinator ever. My best. She's like, literally, this is like, my best partner in crime right here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you for everything.
You're welcome,
and
Queen.
I appreciate Abel for everything he does as well.
Thank you, King.
My team, like my
Thanks,
team
King.
is so beautiful. Like my team to support me and all my beautiful magical thoughts is is so beautiful. Yeah. So at my birthday, I didn't have any. I had no vision of what I wanted to be. I knew what I wanted to feel like.
Okay.
I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel laughter. I wanted it to feel fun. I wanted it to feel loved, heartfelt, and meaningful. That's what I wanted my birthday to feel like. I didn't know what it looked like though. There was no like idea. So that's why for so long everybody was like, well, I gotta like do my schedule and I gotta do like I gotta plan this. And I'm just like, wait, isn't this my birthday? Like, why am I planning this around everyone else's schedule? Yeah. So I was just like, everyone stop pushing me. Like if I don't do anything for my birthday and I just stay home with my brother and my mom, like that's all I wanted, and Jasmine, like I was fine.
And Jasmine.
Like my family, that was it. Like I didn't want anything more than that. So on my actual birthday, I only spent it with my mom, my brother, and Jasmine. That was it. Yep. And we had a beautiful lunch and we had fun after. We went to go play pool and we went bowling and I don't know, just spending with my mom, which I don't know how much longer we have with my mom. And I spent with my brother, quality time. And Jasmine loves quality time.
And Mama, you won at bowling, right?
Yes, I won at bowling.
We know if we're running it back, she's not gonna win.
So my whole solar routine return for my birthday until my next birthday next year is all about I'm in my year of abundance and winning and manifesting and miracles. So this is actually a really good year for me. So that's why, you guys, I won at bowling.
Oh, that's what it was getting down to. Literally, I was like, oh, that's why she won. So, okay. We're like,
Right, so that was
alright.
Thursday. So thank you guys for creating that. And that was, and we got to go home early. I got to sleep in peace, like early. I wasn't wasted. I wasn't drunk. And then Friday too, you know, we got to do the daytime hugging Biscuit, the horse, and the little goats.
Oh, I know. Those are so crazy.
Little baby
They're
geeks.
so cute.
Yeah, we had baby goats. Went to a farm during the afternoon, right? And then I was like with like my closest
And
best
then you
friends
got the
ever.
Tarot card.
And then we had like a
card reading.
teepee on this ranch, and we got like tarot card readings, wine, cheese, and crackers, and salami. And yeah. So they had little baby goats that literally were born like 6 weeks ago, and all of them were like, and we had to catch one to even take a photo of it. But we're trying to hold it like all Instagram cute, like, oh, and they were
Well,
really
they
like
were calm. No, they were calm once we picked them up.
Yeah.
But catching them, they were just
catching them. It was like trying to run around like if you've ever been to a ranch, especially if you're Mexican, and you try to catch a chicken, they
But
run
they
really fucking
wouldn't-
fast.
But they wouldn't even run like fast. It was like they were like barely walking faster, but it was like they weren't even running. It was like a little, and you were like
They were like
and you just
hopping.
barely out of their little reach. Like they weren't even.
You're like a
trying.
split second, like
They were
oh.
yes. It's like they know that they're like
they're like
they're like,
fucking
oh,
with
too
us.
fast, too fast. They're like,
Go slow.
Yeah.
Oh, you just missed me. This is funny.
literally, it
It's
was
like they were entertained with the
Yeah.
humans. They're like, these human beings are hilarious.
First time seeing baby goats. Cheers to that.
Yeah. And then so Saturday, I was like, okay, because I know I have a lot of co-workers and I have acquaintances and friends and everything. And I know for a fact I did not want to have my birthday at my house again. I didn't want any kind of fights or any kind of problems. So
And the neighbors are
yeah, and the
crazy.
neighbors are crazy right now with me. So one of my best friends opened up her first
Oh, yeah,
like
shout out to the
restaurant, Jamie, to Unwind Restaurant in Tarzana.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are in Tarzana, go to Unwind. Please show mad love.
Yes.
Super excited. So
What was the food? I had ate before I went. So what was the food?
American or Mediterranean?
Okay, it was
American? Yeah. Well, the skirt steak, and she also had pho, which is her favorite. So pho is
so
her own personal.
She probably customized her menu like, okay, what's my favorite?
What's her restaurant?
stuff?
But mind you,
Well,
she.
yeah, I know.
So my friend Jamie makes the most. She's like a Vietnamese. I think she's Vietnamese, and she makes
Oh,
like
okay.
the most phenomenal pho or pho
Pho.
ever.
Pho.
Like I've known her since I was 21. You guys, I'm 45. I think she's my longest knowing friend that like I still kind of keep in contact with. But she has this magical thing about pho. Like every pho.
It's actually spelled pho.
She's gonna say pho
Forever
just
now.
like She says acai.
But they pronounce it pho.
So.
My butt bugs are itchy.
So I love the fact that I got to support her and her new restaurant, Unwind Restaurant in Tarzana, you guys, and just have like a nice peaceful dinner, and then and then I was just really creating and manifesting like whoever shows up is going to be part of my soul tribe for this next year. Like these are going to be my people that like. You know, like, because it wasn't going to be like a crazy night. It wasn't like, oh, it's about Kiarmia and social
There was two
networking
people-
and
when
like
I,
all
when
that.
I sent
Yeah.
you your pics, there was like two people I didn't know who they were. Was it like a couple? It was like a guy
Oh,
and a
okay.
girl. Yeah, who are those
The
people? I was like, who are these
Triple
people?
G happened just to bring one of his guy friends and his wife.
Oh, I was wondering.
So he asked if he could bring his
Oh
friends.
yeah, no, I was just wondering. I was like, when I was sending you your pics, I'm like, who are these people?
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't know them either, but they were so sweet as well.
I'm like, she has new friends. Since when?
Yeah.
I
Who
didn't
are
hear
you?
about this.
Yeah. Can I get a
Who
blood
are-
sample? What
I'm
is?
like,
Are we doing
so
background
tell
checks on you
tell me
guys?
about them. What's your favorite thing about them?
No, literally, like I was like, oh, they're the only people. But other than that, like
But I feel
everybody.
like we notice things like that. Where like anytime we hang, or if you're like, who are you with? And I'll say, oh, like my friend. So
I'm like, wait, who are those two people with the corner?
no,
though?
literally,
We don't know
you're
them.
like, who? What's their names? How long have you talked to them?
Yeah,
Like,
why were they there?
Where'd you
Who are
meet
they?
them?
Yeah.
How come I haven't met them?
And I think it perfectly worked out. Like everybody showed up. My girlfriends, and I don't have guy friends other than my new guy friends are Jags and
Not
Rocky.
new. Well, Jack's. Well, a couple of years now. No, I feel like.
Yeah, but I want to say like we've got like close in the last year for sure. I think before like we were like more like business acquaintances. like in regards to like the dating app thing we were doing together. But
Thanks to me, I get too close to all your friends because I'm
yes.
always like, "What are you doing? Let's hang out. Let's go do something."
Jasmine's love
And
language.
then they're always like, "Okay."
Yeah. So Jasmine's love language is quality time, you guys. And so far, every time I do my 5 love languages, access is last on my list.
Quality time.
Quality time
Yeah.
is always last on my list. So it's interesting because even as like she's probably better friends with my best friends than I am, because she'll be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go with Bunny and hang out," or "Hey, like I'm gonna be with Nikki," or like just like random people all the time where she'll be like, "Hey, I talked to so and so," like I talked to Rocky. It's like she talks to my friends way more than I do, but also too like I'm just not a quality time person, like So I was just like, "Oh, okay." Like I think my relationships are even better this year because she keeps in touch with all my best friends.
So they're not your friends anymore. They told me to tell you. Sorry, we don't want to be part of your soul tribe. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. Don't devastate me.
But speaking on soul tribe, I wanted
Yes.
to say that I'm sure you can agree that you've lost in the last year. Even is that too specific? A lot.
No,
of
I'll be
friends
specific in the last year.
Was it the last year? Yeah, right. A lot of close best friends. Would you even say that you thought they were your best
Correct.
friends?
Yes,
Or
yes.
so you lost a lot, and were you the one who chose to end the friendship, or you were just like, this is not aligning with me at the moment, or just whatever? What would you say on that so far? On the
I'm gonna say that
moving up,
is I feel like
growing
I feel like
apart?
I've been really I feel like I'm been really good. Mind you guys, I'm 45 because I know people when they're 25 or in their early 30s.
26.
Like I feel like a lot of times, like in my 20s, I didn't have any boundaries. I didn't know
there
how
we
to cut
go.
people off. I didn't know.
That's
I
good.
didn't get to say like, you know what you did is pretty fucking shitty. Fuck you. Like I never did that. I just
Yeah.
kind of was like,
I'm all like, yeah, you tell 'em.
yeah. And mind you, like I never did that ever.
Right, Abel? You're like, what you did was pretty fucking shitty.
Like I never cut people out. And the older I got and the more therapy I got and the more, I just got into, I guess, self-love and self-confidence, and then learning like, what is a boundary? A boundary is
We just had
if
this
I'm not
convo with
safe,
someone else,
I'm
too.
not, if I'm not safe with you, I don't want to be your friend. If you can't create a safe space where we can exchange trust and love each other in a safe way, like I don't want to, I can't be around anyone where like,
So you're gonna try to say toxic?
yeah, toxic,
Does it have to be
toxic,
toxic?
or unhealthy.
Sometimes you could be just a bad friend. I don't know, or what's
That's
if
toxic.
that's too wide of like
No, toxic.
toxic. is
So
even-
I said like anytime, like if the fact that you even have to like talk to a friend about an issue
Yeah.
or when you're with a friend and you're upset about something they did, like that's already like there's spirit is always going to give you red flags because in your root chakra, like you're going to feel like this knot, and then in your throat, you're going to be like, should I say something if I shouldn't? And the fact that you're even like, you should never be upset with a friend. Now, I get there could be misunderstandings. I get that.
But I also feel like and mentally we'll know, okay, this is like a misunderstanding, as opposed to when there's other instances or times you're like, okay, no, like this isn't gonna really.
Okay, so let's give
I
them
don't
some
feel like-
examples of that, Jazzy. Because for you at your age, like 26, like I had no idea about boundaries. And the fact that you're so like, you're really amazing at boundaries. And I feel like a lot of times on my podcast, you guys, like a lot of my topics always goes back to boundaries, always back to self-love. And so let's give some examples because I feel sometimes people don't even know they're toxic or somebody's being toxic to them because they're so used to letting people walk all over them, talk
I
to them
do
a
feel
certain
like
way or
toxic-
behave.
I feel like when people think of toxic, whoever's listening, they think of like evil or they think of super crazy dramatic. Like it doesn't have to be necessarily like, oh, they're super evil, crazy, like totally just
What is your
off the
definition
handle.
of toxic
Anything, I guess, like you said, what is toxic?
to you, to Jasmine? What is when you
I
see
don't know,
toxic?
because toxic to me sounds like a different level than just being a bad friend,
Okay,
a bad
so
family member.
so give me an example. What does that look like?
Toxic or bad?
Look toxic.
Toxic.
We'll start from extreme and then we'll like work our way
Oh,
down.
Okay.
So to you, for you, what does
I think
toxic
like if a
look
friend
like?
started talking shit to you, being super passive aggressive, low blows, trying to condescend. I think that would be extremely toxic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
What about to you?
toxic for a friend? Toxic to me is actually
That's like your one level? There's no bad, huh? It's just toxic for you.
I'm so all or nothing. I'm either like super loving or like, yeah, you can't come at me like sideways. I don't do sideways. Toxic to me is somebody who
But what about
who knows that something's gonna hurt me and intentionally is still choosing to engage and choosing, like maybe it's a choice.
on your end or
No, on theirs,
Oh,
that they're choosing this behavior knowing it's going to hurt me.
okay.
So to me, that's toxic,
Okay.
period.
Like that there, and you said they're intentionally.
Intentionally.
So
They know, okay, when I do this, it's going to hurt her feelings.
have you had some instances where they didn't really know that maybe there was like something inner work they needed to do? Or no? In either way, you don't.
You know what? When we're dealing with narcissists,
They don't know, huh?
they honestly don't know they're fucking up. And that's what the terminology according to Webster says, but spirit wise, if you're being fucking shady, you fucking know you're being fucking shady.
Okay.
Like period, poo. Like period, like everyone, like you fucking feel it when
So
you're
what
doing anything
about
shady.
someone just being mean. Like, what if you have a girlfriend that she's just like bitchy all the time? Would you consider that toxic or not to that level?
Okay, that's a good question.
Because
I'm
and I
glad
know
you asked
I'm
that.
literally speaking on because like I feel like since I don't even know 19, some of my closest friends still to today I'm not friends with them no longer.
Right.
And this has been starting back. Actually, even my high school best friend at the time started with there,
Right.
But I'm saying some of them, maybe they were just regular mean. But like still, would you call that toxic or just a bad friend?
Okay.
Have you ever had a friend that was just mean to you?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I know who. When you looked at me, I already know who. Like, yeah, I already know who, but okay.
So with that, I'm
And I don't want to claim that we're perfect. And
No,
we're
no,
not.
of course not, yeah.
I want to bring to light and have this conversation because it's something that's been coming up for us this past year.
yeah, we should make a
So,
distinction between what
we're
is
not
healthy
perfect,
and
we're
loving
not-
and what and like what's not.
But I do want to bring up, I've never ever had a friend stop talking to me. So take that how you want.
Oh, no, thank you.
That's facts. Like I've never
Yeah.
had a friend be like, "Oh, Jasmine, blah blah blah, this and that." So.
Just because like you have respect, you have love, and like you genuinely have such a good heart. You have so
I'd
much
like to think that, yeah.
So, Jasmine, you have so much self-love. You're so overly abundant in self-love. There's no room anywhere in you for anything less than that.
Yeah.
Get it? So people that come around you and they're like, oh, this is Jasmine Chiquito on Instagram, or this is who she is, and they come around you, and mind you, they're lacking that self-love. At some point, you're just so abundantly full of love. Like you're just like la la la, like a beautiful fairy cave woman being wild. I'm climbing the tree and hugging, and I want to go over here. Like you have so much self-love that somebody who doesn't have self-love at some point, it's gonna get under their skin of like, why is she always like, why is she always happy? Why is she always glowing? Why does everybody always want to talk to her? Why does good luck come her way? Why does everything she wants she gets? Get it? So instead of celebrating you, because somebody who's also in self-love is gonna celebrate you and be like, wow, Jasmine, like, oh, you got this promotion, or you booked this booking, or you have a new company. Like, oh my God, like I celebrate you. Like I love you. Like I'm so proud of you. You're like this standing, like I want to celebrate you.
Yeah.
That's somebody with self-love.
Okay.
And I felt, especially in our 20s, I felt a lot of us have been through so much trauma that self-love doesn't exist, or it's so minimal.
Yeah.
But you're so overflowing in it that it gets under other people's skins. But you're also very like, when somebody's mean to you, like a few times, like you're very like, wait, I'm in my magical world. You just brought my world down. Like, bye, I gotta go. You're like Peter Pan. You're like, I gotta go. It's kind of like they're like Captain Hook. And then you're Peter Pan and you're like, off into the sky I go. Where's Tinkerbell? Let's go have fun.
It's just noticeable, like I feel like that's why I'm so open to it. Is because I'll notice. Like for me, I'm like really chill. So if I notice something, or even it happens a couple of times, I'm like, okay, and then I'll say something. But then at the same time, I'm like, but I don't want you to like act different or fix it, and I don't want to talk about it. But I'm gonna tell you what it is, like what it was,
Right.
and then that's that. Yeah, and then just move on with.
And I love that about you.
And don't harbor no ill feelings.
And I love the fact that you have, like, I love the fact that you're. So we call it the throat chakra.
Oh yeah.
Like you are so vocal. Like anytime anything bothers my daughter, like whether it's brutally honest or whether it's lovingly honest, like
But
she
not
will.
disrespectful, guys.
No.
I want to
She's
make
just
that clear. Not
yeah.
disrespectful.
No. Like no, Jasmine. She
Yeah.
doesn't curse at you. She won't come at you
I
sideways.
always get
Nothing.
mad at her for cursing.
Yeah, I'm not even allowed to curse, and mind you, I curse.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways.
I totally curse. So, I love the fact, like, for you, the fact that like there's been incidences where I should have spoken up, but I'm a little more like, let me sit back a little longer because I want to watch people. Like I like watching their behaviors. Like let them be. Like let's see how much farther they can take
That's
this.
how Keiko is too. Keiko will literally. She said the same thing. She's like, I've waited weeks, sometimes a couple months, but I was sitting there like they just like I knew my final move, what it was gonna be.
Yeah, so like, and she's very more reactive, like where she's
Yeah.
just like, oh, that hurt right now, and actually, I don't think that's fucking cool what you did. I'm gonna say it at the moment, which I love that because I never even had that point. But I feel like I'm a little more like, and I love that about you because I think I would love to embody that more.
Even the smallest things, like with what you'll probably know who one of our friends, one of our other friend, I guess, was watching her close friend story, and I'm like, I don't have it. I'm like, and I always was on hers, and I'm like, why am I not on her close friends? I messaged her, I'm like, why'd you take me off your close friend story? I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, oh, it must have been an accident for whatever reason. And she said sorry, but she still put me back on. But I was like, well, why am I not seeing it?
And
That's not even something being mean. I'm
No,
like,
no.
honestly, genuinely just be like, hey, why'd you take me off?
so that's why I'm saying, like, I love that your throat chakra, like it's so open because you don't come at you don't come at it in any ill way.
Yeah.
You're legit like instead of you're just in such a beautiful place where you're just like you don't even want to insinuate or take anything personal. You legit don't. And I know you truly know that everyone in our circle is like solid. So if there's something that you're like, wait, that was kind of weird. So I'm just gonna ask, hey, what did this mean? And it's not because you're being confrontational or that you took it personal, but you're just like, let me understand this before you say, wait, were you being weird? Because if you do, then I'm going to pull back and then I might not be your friend anymore. So I love the fact that you instantly are like, okay, like, what did this mean? What did that mean? What does this mean? What does that mean? What is this? And what is that? How come we did this? Why didn't you do that? Da-da-da. But that's just who you are. You're inquisitive, but that's also what the throat chakra is about. And self-love is saying, like, I'm not going to take anything personal.
Yep.
But guess what? Let me have a talk with you first. Like, what was going on with you? Or, like, is your phone not working? Or maybe, like, it was specifically for people.
People might even say nosy. I'll say that. I'm nosy. If anyone becomes my friend sooner or later, I'm very nosy. I mean,
if you speak Spanish, we say orejas grande.
And I'll, like, over-ask, but, like she said, like it's just coming from like an inquisitive place as a friend.
Like child, she's just very childlike. Like she wants to understand.
I want to know. Yeah, understand.
She likes to understand. Like she wants to know.
And it's not that I'm really poking and prodding, which I don't know. Like maybe some people.
Ooh, maybe you should tell people I'm just digging deeper. Like I want to understand deeper.
There we go.
I think that's what it is. You just want. She wants to understand deeper.
And then sometimes people are like, "Well, why are you asking me so much?"
Yeah,
and I'm like,
they're like, "Why is she asking questions? What did that mean?" And I'm like, "Trust me." She asks everyone a million questions.
It's not nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, like legit, she's just digging deeper. Like she just wants to understand the behavior more, wants to understand where you're coming from. Which that's actually, I think, how most people we should operate from. Because I think for myself, my thing is more like I'll back off and I will take something personal first. And I won't say nothing because I'll be like, I might be taking it personal. So let me just
the person
watch.
Who read the 4 agreements?
Oh, I had to read that.
And what was the one that refers to this?
Don't take anything personal.
Say it one more time, Amity.
Don't take anything personal.
Oh.
Moted be. Namaste.
I want to say that. It just makes it sound so much better. Namaste. Namaste, queen.
Namaste, queen.
Okay. So, all right. So friends, toxic. So you think there's toxic, and then what's the bad friend?
So
to
I feel
you?
like now where
I
I'm
don't
at.
want to focus all the way on the negative, but I also want to say what is it that it takes a good. Should we just go straight to what is it that a good friend does?
Okay, but let me go into my little situation.
Yes.
So
Okay.
so how I process it, because you immediately go direct. My process is a little different. Where it's over there. Okay, my process is a little different. Where now because I know I have trauma triggers, and in my 20s I know I didn't have boundaries. So I feel like before I tell somebody fuck off and go to hell, is I'll stay quiet and watch.
Did your triggers? Don't lose that thought.
Yeah.
But real quick, your triggers with friendships and actual like
Lovers.
relationships. Did that kind of correspond with each other, or no? It was kind of separate trauma with each type of friends and lovers, or the both kind of ties together.
You know what's interesting is oh shit, you just
Boom! I just Mama D'd you.
whoa.
Yeah. And how does that make you feel? Namaste. Namaste, Queen.
Wow, Jasmine, you really we're gonna go deep on that one, because I would say all my I've usually always say, oh my God, I've never had drama with women. I really don't. I feel like my mom, I always thought, well, I've had the most amazing mom, the most loving mom, like rock solid, right? So I love women. Like I love women, I love talking to women, I love vibing with women. I'm a girl's girl, and like every girl that meets me is always like, either hates me because I'm so nice.
You said you always had girls that just hated you.
Yes, in high school, like I was just nice.
Mind you, she was literally would go to Bible study 3 times a week. She went to an all private Christian school. She really was a lot different, not in a bad way.
I didn't curse. I didn't
different,
drink.
yeah.
I didn't do drugs. Like
Yeah.
I just wanted to change the world and heal people. And I wanted to be an evangelist and go to Peru. And I want to go to Argentina
that sounds fun,
and
Hey,
India.
let's become evangelists. What
And I
the
wanted to
heck?
lay hands on people and heal them. Like
Yes.
that legit was my calling. Like since I was 9 years old.
Love that.
And I just
queen.
remember, all through actually preschool, grade school, and junior high and high school, like all the like mean girls, which was it's interesting. I've had this conversation before in another podcast. Is I found that it's sad that they're the most insecure. So if there's anyone else as pretty or prettier, they're going to bully you. They're going to be mean. So I feel like I was bullied for a long time.
And did it actually affect you? Like, did you feel?
I feel like
you
no.
kind of have thick skin.
You know what? I feel like I was just, So mind you, thank God at the age of 9, I want to say like I was so strong in my faith with God and my connection. Like I just knew like I have God's loving
I love that.
and that's all that mattered to me. And I just knew I was here to love. So I always
Good, Abe, huh?
so I always made friends with like probably the obese girl that people I made fun of her, like the fat girl, or I made best friends with like the Asian smart girl that people made fun of. Like I ended up always
Angela.
I always ended up best friends with the people that got bullied by the cool people, even like preschool, junior. I'm telling you, grade school, junior high. Like I was always like
But
the
in high
pretty
school,
girl, and I was
yeah.
so humble, and I just hung out with them, like
I thought
because
you
they
had
were real people.
your best friend in high school. Wasn't she a popular, cool girl?
Yes, and mind you, she didn't take a liking till me till
Wait,
high school.
So that's when it first started.
That was the
toxic.
yeah.
Would you say toxic or
Well,
not?
no, I say junior high. It started with her. Like in junior high, my parents ended up taking me out of public school. And mind you, like I'm Latina, so like I'm used to like Latino filled, like Latin filled like schools, like from San Gabriel Valley. And my parents ended up putting me into like this super like white Christian.
Can we give them a little big ups for them putting you in a private school? I mean, kind of.
No, it was like the education
that's
is
dope.
like. I was like off the chart. Like they make sure like your education, like you're ready to go to university.
You go,
and everything.
Grammy. If you're listening, you go.
Go Grammy. And I remember though I was really uncomfortable. I was really uncomfortable because I'm in a school of all like it was only maybe 300 people for freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. 300.
Was it only all girls or no?
No, it was boys and girls.
Oh, okay.
But everybody was like 90% were predominantly like white skinny girls and like cheerleaders, and I was just like I felt like a sore thumb because I felt like I came a little more like
And
I'm not ghetto, I'm not even ghetto, but I was the ghetto one in the school. Like I'm not ghetto, but I feel like I
You're-
was
but
that
you're-
ghetto
you're
girl.
like, big booty hoe.
Like this is back in the days like so if you guys know anything about Christian schools, like you're not allowed, there's no dances, there's no music, there's no like homecoming dance or proms or any of that. You have like banquets. And then you have like a pastor there and you guys read from the
Oh my
Bible.
God.
Like it's hardcore. So mind you, I'm coming into this junior high. Right? And I'm like,
so back to what we are talking about, best friend.
yeah. So we're gonna go into my junior high best friend who I'll call her P.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I wanted to say her name, but I'm like,
I'll say
not
P.
say it.
And mind you, like, junior high was only 40 people, period. And she was like the it girl. I mean, she's Latina, big, beautiful, full lips, and she had these quads and hammies to die for. Like, she was just
See
like,
how you're still a girl's girl. Like you always just compliment her because
Aw,
I feel like
yes.
truth is like you have to pay like the respect or the compliments where it's due.
yeah,
Like don't
always.
just make up a pretend lie because you're trying to be a hater.
Right, yeah,
Like
yeah.
if someone is attractive, good looking, or if they're
Always.
really sweet, nice, smart, whatever it is, like you gotta at least give them that. Like give it to them. Like you don't have to like them necessarily. But like how you said, you'll still, no matter how mean she was to you or whatever she did,
Yeah, the props.
you still look at how you
yes.
still talk about her. You know how like, oh, she's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't. She was like the it girl, and I came in very awkward. Like, okay, like I was all into like like hip hop and rap music, and like I just came in.
Snoop Doggy
I was
Dogg.
just and interesting. Like I knew how to do the Roger Rabbit and like the Humpty dance. Like this is aging myself, you guys.
We don't believe it till we see it.
The Running Man. Like these are all things that I did in public and grade school and junior high. So when I went into this school, they didn't have school dance, and I'm like, what? So I remember going to the banquet and being like, you guys just sit here and have a dinner? It was weird. So like I think we went somewhere where I think one of the like white boys, like his
The
parents,
after party.
his parents were out of town, and then I was just like doing like the Humpty dance, the Roger Rabbit, the Running Man, to the songs. Everybody was just staring at me, and I was like, yo, like you guys are gonna need to get out a little more often. Like what's wrong with you guys?
Mm-hmm.
But their parents just brought them up like we don't listen to like worldly music. And I remember like, yeah, she didn't like me from the moment I got into the school because I got a lot of attention. So I ended up like best friends with like the other people that got bullied. Like I hate to say like the overweight thing or the smart people, but like the people that got bullied. Like I was like best friends with them just through 8th grade. And then freshman year, that's a good question. Like I think at some point she had to either befriend me or keep having to compete with me,
Like
which there was no
like Mean
competition.
Girls, Regina George, when she had to be friends with, I don't remember Lindsay Lohan's name in the movie, but literally she's like, she had to.
Was it really? I don't know. But that's interesting. But yeah. And even then, our friendship, she never once complimented me.
And
Ever.
okay, we gotta.
And she would always put me down in front of people all the time. She'd be like, "Oh, you're so stupid," or "That was airheadish," or "Oh, why are you wearing that?" Like she's always, and I would never speak up. Like I was so, obviously, I come from a family
A
of
friend of
abuse.
mine in high school was the same way, exact way. And I feel like you said, I didn't really notice until later on where I was like, hey, this is not cool. One day I was like, I don't like this anymore.
And I didn't realize that. It took me like 5 or 6 years, like out of high school.
I actually had real quick one instance with that friend where literally the last time I had talked to that friend was we went to go eat somewhere and like she got mad so she moved tables and told all her friends to sit there. And then she had one of the girls come over and say, Jasmine, she said, you can't sit with us. And I was like, what? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, you just don't sit with us. And I'm like, I wasn't even gonna go over there for the first place.
Like that, like that's. I feel like that's not even mean. That's fucking cruel.
Yeah.
Because I know who you're talking about, and you were like best friends with this person since you were little.
Yes, but at the same time, I feel like they were always like that.
That's what I'm saying.
So
But that's what I'm
it's
saying.
just
That's what I'm
like-
saying. Like I feel like you said, like
I was like,
At some point you're just like-
I literally, and I really swore, I'm like, I promise you, I'll pay you to stay away from me. I'm like, nobody wants to go. It was just like, I got maybe more into like myself or my person. And I'm like, I don't want to. I do not want to sit over there. You guys, look at you guys. I'm like, please enjoy that. Enjoy.
Right.
And I just made friends with whoever was around me there, and that was it.
And that's such great
And
school.
I did not even leave. I
Yeah.
was like, okay. And then I was asked like people that were by themselves. I'm like, let's sit together. Let's have drinks. Blah blah blah.
So, so going back to all
Yeah.
of this is these women are lacking self-love. So there's some trauma in their childhood or their life where they weren't loved, right? Or maybe they've been around a lot of violence. So they only know how to put walls up and how to be mean to people because it keeps them from getting too close. Or if it's insecurity, it makes them feel superior.
Yeah.
And their need to feel superior means I have to belittle you, I have to put you down. You know, it's like a competitive thing when everyone's beauty is everyone's beauty. It's like let's say there's a rose garden. Imagine if each rose fought with the next rose next to it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have any roses. But what do the roses do? They bloom, and the flower next to it blooms, and the next flower blooms. Like it's like this energy of like when we have a whole dozen of roses and they're all bloomed. When they're like this, they're like in contraction, right? They haven't fully evolved yet or fully bloomed. And when they're fully bloomed, it's like this huge fucking bouquet, and their aroma smells delicious, and they're beautiful, and everyone is admiring them equally.
Yes.
No one's like, no, that rose is prettier than that rose. No, it's this beautiful energy. And I feel like now where we're at with the people we're friends with now, it's we all blooming together,
Yes.
and we're all like celebrating and embodying this love, because the more love we put in one big circle, the brighter all of our lights get together. And unfortunately, those random little roses with that want to
At the same time, I do think
not
everything
bloom.
should be taken as lessons.
yeah, oh, of course.
Like you had to, whether it was toughen up or just come to realizations.
So speaking on that, I was like not to my late 20s. Actually, let's say my early 30s is the first time when I had that problem with one of my friends who I knew, like she went through a lot of trauma growing up as a kid, like a lot of trauma.
So you dealt with those type of girlfriends
I have
all of your 20s, huh?
I want to say like a lot of even men, like or men and
Men friends or lovers?
women lovers.
Oh,
Everyone's gone through a lot of trauma,
yeah.
and I'm always like the mothering, the nurturing. Like I always feel like I see deeper and I feel deeper, and I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna support them because I know this is what happened in their childhood. This is what happened in their 20s, in their 30s, like, and I'm seeing them for like, you know, like deeper and like of I guess more the potential, as opposed to like it don't matter. I don't care. Like today, like I don't give a fuck what your potential is. You are never gonna treat me as A, B, or C ever.
Yeah.
So that's me today at who I am today. But in my 30s, the first time I learned when this one friend was like, every time I was out with her, like she'd always put me down and be mean. And I was like,
And is this the one friend that you would take a picture with her and she would say,
yes,
show me. If you look better than me, you can't post it.
yes, yes.
But don't you think that kind of takes some nerve to even say that out loud? Like maybe someone could, like, it shows like.
I don't think it takes
shows, like, her
nerves.
I meant in regards to like, doesn't she know that showed her insecurity?
No, because that's normal
That's
to
how
her.
I would see it. It was just like, oh my God, that's how insecure. Like,
So
you know I
someone,
look
so
better.
someone who's operating from insecurity, people who are toxic, they don't know they're toxic. Get it? That's normal.
Yeah.
Get it? That's normal to them. And
And she was,
and mind you, she didn't have friends. I was one of her probably only friends, and which says a lot. So other people had self-worth and would be like, "Yo, like, cool. Guess what? Not hanging out with you." So she didn't have a lot of friends. So I kind of watch people come in and out, and she never got close to anyone, which I understand, you know, her own issues from her trauma. So I thought I was like extending compassion.
but she
and-
was always mean to you though.
Not always, no.
Oh, okay.
But there was a few instances where I was like, because I didn't speak up, I didn't
Yeah.
say nothing, and finally, like there was a point where, like, I just started gaining more self-love for myself and just making new friends and having new circles and being like, oh wait, like, yo, like I'm realizing you're being competitive, and I'm realizing you've never once complimented me ever in our friendship, and I'm thinking like have you ever gave anything to me? Like you're always taking.
yeah.
I'm always giving, you're always taking. Like that's not an even exchange.
I was just gonna say too, where I'm at is we're like I want to receive what I'm giving. Like I want to just be both of us like giving the same energy to each other. And that's pretty basic. That's like the back to the basics.
But see, so
I don't want to match energy. I just want us to be given the same amount of energy that we,
Right.
you know.
yeah. So like, and I'm telling you, like that's crazy. Like I took a lot. I think I took a lot of stuff from people thinking like being like an empath and being like I want to heal the world. Like I didn't realize, and nobody taught me that being a healer or being a coach or a mentor or like loving people has nothing to do with being abused.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Like
Yes.
no one taught me, hey, you can't take this abuse from this motherfucker
Yeah.
because you're an empath and you're meant to heal people and change their life.
Mhm.
No, motherfucker, like nowhere in that. My only job is to support the people who are doing the inner work because they're trying to elevate and grow.
But who also supports you? I mean, don't you think like as long as they're like you want them to support you as well as you're supporting them?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So today, now my interaction with my friends are people who uplift me. We encourage each other. We push each other.
Yeah.
Like we just love each other. We have a good time with each other. We laugh with each other. Like we're always having a good vibe. And
So
anyone who doesn't bring that to my life,
So friends who have you fallen off with, it's almost like a friendship cleansing, so to speak.
yeah, I'm gonna say like I've only ever once, I've had. I said this is my whole life. I've ever had 3 falling out ever with women ever. 2 of them today were cool, and that one falling out we've never had it again. Like it was like a falling out before, and we're just cool today. We're cool. We're not best friends, but we're just cool.
Okay.
They've never been mean to me again. There's never been no drama between us. Like I think we've all been
Well,
like
there's 2
okay.
more people I'm thinking of. Maybe you're not thinking
Okay,
of them
so
on top of that.
okay, maybe so the recent one I had a
2
follow.
recent ones.
Okay,
Kind of.
okay, shit. Okay, so
Well,
I have
not the so recent. The most recent. I know who that is. The
Yeah.
one before that.
shit. Well, text me.
Oh well, yeah.
Okay.
But anyways,
But yeah,
but those ones were different because they weren't mean to you. Both of those instances, they were different. So,
recently,
well, I guess the most recent. It's hard to say, but yeah.
I mean, recently I feel like, come on, like we know what the fuck we're doing. We're grown women. Like we're not in our teenage years. Like we're not even in our 20s.
Yeah.
And like if a grown woman doesn't know right from wrong, like first of all, I'm not gonna have any narcissists in my life. Period. Like I just can't.
Yeah.
Like I love myself too much, and my life is so peaceful and so positive and so loving, and like I'm just so chill. So the minute that somebody takes me out of that multiple times in a freaking week,
Yeah.
like sorry, like it just like you have your own path, like you grow and you
Yeah.
be you, but like I can't. I want no part of it.
But
And
no hard feelings, right?
yeah,
And,
like
it is what it is.
It is like I don't judge anyone where they're at in
Yeah.
their spiritual journey or their growth and path. But what I will say is I'm not going to be a part of the toxic part. And I'm never in my fucking life going to be disrespected ever. You got me fucked up today. Fucked up. Period. Like that's not going to happen. Like you are out of my life and you're never going to come back.
And
I will love
this
you.
Is
I'm
still regards to friends as well, though.
Yeah. I'm actually only talking about friends.
Oh, I thought you were. Oh, okay.
Oh, I wasn't even
Oh,
talking.
okay.
Oh, I was only referring to friends. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, for me with men, that's always been like that.
And I think this topic of what we're speaking of is always brought up with lovers or partners and stuff.
Self-love.
So I wanted it to bring it up though about friends, because even when I mentioned it to Abel said too that he's kind of him and his other friend have been going through the same thing. We're just like, whoa, like,
Right.
hey, why are our friends acting like that? Like we're friends, or you're supposed to be our friend, or like just sometimes just something switches up or changes up, and you're like, hey.
And sometimes I feel too is toxic people wonder, they think like, they're always like, I'm the victim. Like I'm never
Yeah.
going to meet anybody who's a good friend. Cause I also want to say like, whenever there's an incident where you're pulling away, or maybe you don't have a lot of friends or you don't have any friends, the question should be, who am I being, right? That I don't have any friends. Who am I being that people are being mean to me? Or who am I being that there's drama or there's a lot of toxic going on? Because if that's around me, surrounding me 100% of the time, that means I am the source
Ooh,
of the
that's good.
toxicity. Literally, because mind you, everyone that knows me, Deanne, like everyone in my circle, people are like, how do you have 1,001 best friends? And my question is, how do you not? I only attract what I'm being, and I'm always being amazing. I'm always being unconditional love. I'm always being supportive, encouraging. Like I'm in such like I embody like the true definition of like the unconditional love as a girlfriend, like as a best friend, like everything in my life. So it's like if you're not embodying that and you're attracting, mind you, I'm talking about people, like all your relationships are toxic. That always goes down to when I'm toxic,
Yes.
I attract toxic. Period. Right? Or it could be like maybe I haven't learned boundaries, but
Do you find when you have ended some friendships that it feels like you can kind of compare them to almost like lover relationships? Obviously not the sexual part, but because you can be, if you have been so close to someone, it's just like, okay, it's like super just like, all right. Or no, you're never really close to your friends like that.
that's a good question, Jazz.
Okay.
Where I'm gonna, ooh, that's really a question because I'm probably gonna say the people that I get in relationships with, or the people that I'm lovers with, that I'm in love with, they get a part of me that my friends don't get, and they don't see. So with a lover,
And
the
I don't
breakup,
mean,
the
like,
breakups, no, the separation.
sexual-
No, but
Oh,
no,
yeah, yeah.
I'm saying just me, like me
Oh.
as like who I am, like I'm
Never
giving them
fully that vulnerable with your friends?
with my girlfriends. Yeah, like I mean, I'm not, I'm with my friends, but I'm not like on this really deep level of like
So you would disagree that it's not the
they're
same?
not the
as-
same.
oh.
Yeah, because when I get out of a relationship with somebody I'm in love with, like that shit hurt. Like I'm crying for like 3 months, 6 months, a year,
And
2
maybe
years,
I worded
3 years.
I don't mean the exact same. Maybe I worded it wrong. Where like
Okay.
you can relate it to you're still ending a relationship that you had with someone where it's still like
It
almost
hurts.
it feels like a breakup but with your friend. That's what I meant. Not that you were like no, I guess no.
I guess you know what?
Honestly,
Wait.
you've never, and I know this because I'm with you every day, all the time for obviously however my life. But
A lifetime contract.
but
You are stuck with me.
seriously, I'm like that remind me of Supernatural. But I don't think you've
I
ever
just
really
can't quit
been
you.
very like super close to any of your girlfriends, so that probably doesn't apply to you.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm.
Even
That's
though
what I'm
you
saying.
Say you are a girl's girl.
No, no.
I think you're just.
I'm a girl's girl, but
you keep to. I feel like you just kind of keep to yourself in your own world.
well, I feel where I'm at right now, just in my life. Period. Like I'm so busy with work, career,
I think
studying.
you've always been like this.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not like quality time. Remember, quality time is not my love language.
So yeah, that's why I said you're the wrong.
So it's kind of
person to
like I love you, and if we talk in a month, like I still love you as much, and I fuck with you, and I have your back. If somebody was to call me in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., who I haven't talked to in 2 or 3 months,
Yeah.
who I say is my best friend, but we just haven't talked, and they're like, "Hey, I need I need something handled." I'm gonna be there. I might even ask questions like, "What do you need?" Like I'm pulling it. Like I'm solid, but yeah, but I'm not the type of friend where we have to talk every day or like we need to like be in each other's presence every day. Like I'm not a quality. You're correct. I'm not a quality time person, and I probably don't get as super maybe vulnerable or emotional with the woman. But I feel like my loyalty and my love is so deep and so grand. It's like it shouldn't have to depend. Like I'm really good on
And
like.
I don't think it should depend
Yeah.
on that. I was just asking if you would.
But I think because and when I am in a relationship, I'm in love with somebody, I do see them on a daily basis. So the vulnerability and the depth of it probably does go deeper.
Or
Cause
you take that more serious than your friendships.
no, I don't.
So why? So because the way you
But
said
I-
you'll
you
see
know,
them
yeah.
daily, but you won't see your friends.
No, but
daily.
hold on. I feel like I don't lose friends. So like I
I'm
don't
not
think
saying
like
you're a bad friend, but you.
no. But I'm saying because I think your question you're asking me is like is it the same depth? I'm gonna say like honestly, I've never lost someone I fucking loved, a best friend. I haven't.
Okay.
I've never
So the
lost.
friends that you've cut off, they were never your best friends.
They were never my best friends.
Well, if you're listening, or if you know,
Because if I was to lose one of my, like, you know, like who my best friends are, like, if I was to lose any one of them, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, I would go into like a freaking spiral of like self-sabotage and drinking and
Okay.
drugging and everything. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
so then you.
So you're
can
right. You're
relate.
right.
I'm like,
Yeah, I can't. You're
Going
correct.
back and
I
forth right
can't.
now.
I've never in my life lost somebody, a best friend that I loved ever.
okay.
I've lost people who wanted to be best friends or like pretended to, and it was just kind of superficial stuff. So when I lost them, like I was like, deuces.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, we need to make sure everyone's open to. Hopefully, you guys got something of like the red flags conversation.
Just
topic.
friends. Yeah.
I'm sure.
I
I know
love.
nowadays people still have those toxic friends.
Yeah. I don't do it. Not in my circle.
Maybe some,
Not
not
in
you,
my
but yeah,
circle,
that's
yeah.
no. I'm saying I know whoever's listening. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
if girls are more into it. I'm sure guys can have toxic friends too.
Oh yeah. I think this was just
But I
like
hope this brought a little bit of, or you guys can like
A lot of
relate,
light.
or
a lot of light.
a lot of light.
And
to
I'm proud
this
of you.
topic.
You're really, really, you have this super beautiful gift of you always speak up if anything bothers you because you always want to deal with it and understand it deeper.
Mhm.
And I just want to acknowledge you for that. That's a beautiful gift.
Thank you, Queen. I hope.
Thank you, goddess.
What was the tippy?
I see the
What
goddess
was the
in
tippy
you.
thing?
Mote it be.
Mote
Mote it be. Mote it.
tippy. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to see the Mama D's birthday. A little bit or a lot of it about friend stuff.
Yeah, toxic friends, boundaries,
Mhm.
self-love.
Basically, just don't be friends. Honestly, if you're not feeling them and they're just not really like, you'll know. Just don't be friends with them no more. It's
And you
that
don't
easy.
need it. You don't need anyone in
Except
your
your
circle.
mama.
Anyone in your inner circle who isn't bringing you light or love or like making you, if you're not glowing, if you ain't glowing with somebody,
Yeah.
that means you're not growing. That means you are literally a walking dead corpse. You know what? Yeah, we ain't trying to be the walking dead over here, you guys.
Oh,
On that note,
wait, real quick.
I might need a
go
Xanny.
Go through a quick go through a quick list.
Okay.
Right now we're about to end, guys. Just hold on, stay with us a little bit longer.
I know everybody's still here.
I'm like, all right. So just quick list of what are some good qualities of your best and good friends relationship. If you had to go through them,
Wow.
and not necessarily their personalities per se, but
No,
like how
qualities.
do they show
Yeah,
up
qualities.
for you?
Okay.
Show up for you.
Okay. First is giving. They're giving in, they give love, they give attention, they give time, they give acceptance, unconditional love, a good friend, attentive.
Like where you're just kind of,
Like,
that's what I feel.
And I truly like attentive is like
Yeah.
just loving me, like even behind my back. Like there's like, you know, as friends, like we could banter. Like me and my best friend Star, like we always talk shit about each other in front of each other. Like, oh, she's the evil one, I'm the evil one.
But you guys are only like that just with her. Everyone's dynamic is kind of different.
Yeah. So like me and her, we banter. But at the end of the day, like there's nothing I've ever said behind her back that I wouldn't say to her face. And likewise.
Yes.
So like we fuck with each other, but it's like us bantering. But like a lot of my other friends, like I don't banter. Like I'm sorry. I'm not the girl that like I banter.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't banter like back and forth, like shooting the shit with my friends. Like I truly and genuinely like,
Mhm.
I love you. No, I love you. No, I love you. No, I love you. It's just like, it's very simple. It's just it's just no competition.
And
It's
what
just
about
loving.
if friends are flake on you a lot? Is that okay? I mean,
Ooh.
Oh,
You know what?
so-
That can start coming off as a red flag to me.
yeah.
That can.
Mhm.
Because to me, my word is my word.
Yes.
My word, and my word
that's
is
new for
solid.
us, which I
Yeah.
have been working on since last year, and I've been showing up.
And I love
showing
that. You
up
really
and
have.
showing out, rocking out.
And that says a lot. And mind you, you're only 26.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you're already like, okay, when I give my word.
I've been showing up more, like actually.
Yeah. So I love the fact,
and
I love the fact that you're literally like, you're not being like fake about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in a genuine space of, oh my gosh, like I want to be a better person. I want to be dependable.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be reliable. And it doesn't sit well with you. Maybe the way you were showing up.
And then
right?
And then that's why now
you've taken the actions to back up who you're choosing to be, because everything is a choice. And I love that, because you really have shown up like.
And that's where Damiano,
way more
when
powerful.
kind of, a year ago, whatever season I was in for my podcast, Damiano, because I was having people flake like at the moment, which I haven't had a lot, but I just had the guy that was supposed to be this week or whatever that he flaked, which it brought me back to what Damiano said, but which is way back when, before I decided like, you know what, I haven't been showing up.
Right.
And this is last year, was it last year?
Oh yeah, let's go into that. Go into that a little bit. Explain to people what that means.
So it was officially last year, but I'm still gonna talk to you too.
Yeah.
It was officially last year, and he was just like, "Well, you got to look at."
Okay, well, who's Damiano? First of all,
Damiano
is a business coach.
My mom's
business coach.
Business coach.
Yeah, it's a business coach.
He was brought onto our 7-Eleven media group, which is what we run this, and we had like a bigger crew at the time.
Yeah, we had like a business meeting every Monday. We would talk about how our podcasts were doing. Yeah.
Like, for example, like how my guest that was supposed to be this week, which boo-hoo, he sucks. And do not support him. I wanted to make a post about him. Like, he swear he has a business, but that's not professional to just leave someone who sets everything up and you have to pay for stuff,
Right.
But it goes back to what Damian, our coach, had told me last year when this was happening was.
So last year it happened a lot.
Not crazy amount, but
a lot of her guests just wouldn't show up, and they kept canceling last minute.
But they literally wouldn't tell me last year, literally until like 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes before like go time. And they would confirm.
And mind you, we have like a set director, we have a director, we have lighting, we have audio, we have a whole crew that has to get paid to show up. So if somebody cancels the day of, or 20 minutes before, or something, like, we have a whole entire crew that we still comes out of our pocket.
Not cool. Like,
right?
Come on.
Okay, so this was so last year we had an issue where she was having people cancel on her. Yeah.
So, and of course, you'll still get sometimes cancel. Like, you never know. It's always out of your control. So I'm not saying not always. There's excusable times, whatever. Right. But he was telling me that, well, let's look at you, Jasmine. He's like, do you cancel on people?
Ooh.
Do you flake? Do you not get back to them? Which is last year. This is last year. I swear I'm not like this at all. Yeah. And he's like, what about you, Jasmine? Like, well, do you always show up? And when you do, are you on time? It's like, or do you never show up? Like this and that. This is last year. And I was like, honestly, I was like
floored.
Horrible. Like I was the worst. Like it was actually like embarrassed. I was like really bad at that. Like, so he was like, damn, I never even thought about it like that. And he's like, so this is like the energy you're putting out is coming back to you, if you want to call it karma or whatever. And this was last year. So when he made that aware to me,
like attracts like.
So I made
law of attraction.
I made it my personal, I guess, change, and very serious. I'm like, it's so right. And then one of my
you made a really strong commitment.
And then very strong commitment. Yes. And then even one of my family members, one of my aunts, she told me too. She kind of called me out on it.
Oh, that's right. Oh shit. Okay.
Both of us though, actually, not just me. Both of us.
Yes.
But I don't know. I think she called me out on it, and she was just like,
not keeping
your word. And then on top of that, like, morning comes, and then it's just like they're like, hey, where are you? And then literally like it's time, and then like, oh,
can't make it.
Can't go. That's it. And it's kind of, it is really fucked up. And I don't know why. I can't really explain why, but I think I was just selfish, and I didn't care about anything. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to go. I'm like, I'd rather do this. I'm just going to be raw and honest, which is really fucked up. And that's all I can say. I'm going to be honest with y'all. But it shows out. It comes back to you in a lot of other ways. And I think it took that for me to feel how it feels, where it's not okay. Like, it's really, it's fucked up. I'm like, damn, like, it's just like, you don't care about anything. You don't care about no one but yourself, blah, blah, blah. So I made my decision
That sounds a
intentionally.
bit narcissist.
Commitment, literally. Hey, you were in that boat too with my aunt. So
I know, but I'm gonna blame on your dad. He's like the narcissist of narcissists, and he knows it.
So getting down to it is, I knew, I'm like, hey, this is not a good feeling. And then how I saw these people when they did it to me, I was like, oh my God, this is literally how I'm coming off. Like it kind of took like a little nip in the butt where I was like, this is not, how am I going to like really succeed in anything in my life, serious or
Right.
for my business or whatever I want to portray and do. I'm like, I do not want to be this person or in that area.
I love that.
And then on top of that too, I'm like, especially for friends, I'm like, I wouldn't like it if they, which is what has been happening to me recently, but if they flaked on me or they just always like read my message, ignored it or something, you know? So I
Right.
decided to show up and even make extra effort to not
Keep
only
your word.
talk to them and check in with them and reply to anything that they're up to, but also make a point to even see them more.
Ooh, I like that commitment.
And I've been doing it, like more than doing it.
really
My
do like
aunt, my aunt, I'm seeing her Sunday. I
like
saw
that
her again
commitment.
recently. Well, you weren't with us, I don't think. Were you? Yeah, you were. But anyways, that
At
one
the
time
dinner.
with But and then with my uncle too. Have I not been showing up with you a lot? Showing
Yes,
out?
we have definitely been showing up with
And then with you, and then everything. I've just been, and I've been doing that. So still, I think maybe. But Damiano said that sometimes the ripples of like your old actions will still kind of be going through, playing it. But still, whoever my guest was this week, if you saw that I posted him, boycott him. He's not cool. Unprofessional.
And you know what? When it comes to that, like, I feel like maybe it feels like it's really interesting because I feel like the person that you had invited, right, is somebody that like I paid a lot of money to, private chef.
Seriously.
You know, like the
A
guy
lot, like
I was with
business.
last year, his birthday. And mind you, like, you know, it was pretty fucking expensive, and I paid it all. And
Should I make a post about it, or should I write to him again? You think, and just say,
let's sit with it. Let's sit and see what where this
just let
goes,
it be, maybe.
because we might still be in
Well, I blocked
anger
him
or
already.
yeah, that's fine. but I think this has a lot because this person is an Instagram person, and he's a big chef, and I feel like at the end of the day, to have any successful business, customer service is everything. Now, she didn't book him obviously as a chef, but she'd been for 2 weeks, somebody invited him, and she did her promo on him, and he didn't repost it, and then she was trying to
we're not playing victim. We're just
just be honest. If you can't make it, you can't make it. If you're not, but he just
be a person of your word.
I guess he just went silent. He just ghosted her, and I feel like men in general have instead of maybe he's instead of dealing with the woman and dealing with her backlash or maybe hearing her be upset or whatever, they choose to shut off, which you're only going to trigger the girl to go 10 times beyond that.
Or
as opposed to just saying, hey, I can't make it or whatever.
I think he has a wife or a girlfriend now or something. I'm like, she probably said something. And if that's the case, girl, stop being so insecure.
Yeah, girl,
and then tell your husband to have some freaking manners.
You should have come. You could come with him. Come.
And this goes out to anyone. Just show up no matter what. Just be there and show up.
That's true too.
Even if you only stay for a little bit, that's my thing. And we've been just showing up because that's support. And
ladies,
support means so much.
Don't be insecure. Don't be insecure.
Literally, even street scholars, remember, when they have any little thing or whoever we know, we're we just have to show up. Or Sammy Sam's birthday, just showing up is enough. It's just support. You don't have to go crazy or stay a long time. Just show up and be there. And that's the most important thing.
For certain things, yeah. So, we feel birthdays, baby showers, we do our best on those really special days that we're going to show up. Even if it's for an hour or two, but we showed face because that's we're just showing in our actions.
Show face, we were there, we were present.
Yeah,
love, showing love.
Creating a space of unconditional love.
So give out what you guys want.
Yes,
and it'll always come back to you.
And if your life is a shit show, it's because you're being a shit show. Thank you.
And if you have no friends, then you're still not gonna have any friends. Change yourself. Red flag, bucko.
You're the toxic one.
But thank you for tuning in. We're happy to be your friends if you're super nice people and you show up. So please subscribe if you want to be sponsored on my podcast. DM me on Instagram or find me